Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you, as usual, for joining. We'll see if anyone comes on later. It's lunchtime. I know it's a bit hard, but I think we will see how it works out in July. So we're going to work on everybody today, and whatever challenge, goal that you may be having in your life right now, and you want to work on one particular area or one particular request. As usual, either please type into the chat to me, or you can also unmute yourself and tell me what you want to work on. So please pick one area of your life that you are working on right now, whether it's your health, your wealth, your relationship, your career, your project, a person, or whatever you are working on. Find an area, one goal or an obstacle they are facing, and then I would strengthen you and also clear anything that may be in the way. Okay, I know you're probably thinking and just tuning in right now. So it's July, is the start of a new month. So either think about something that you need to let go of already in June. Maybe it's your old self, maybe it's some limiting thoughts, or also what you want to achieve in this coming month, or at least feel or work towards. So are you typing in? I'm not sure if you're typing in, or maybe you're using your phone and it's a little bit harder to type. If it's too hard to type on your phone, just unmute yourself and you can just talk and tell me what's in your mind.
Okay, hello, I will go. Hopefully that's okay.
Yeah.
I still want to continue working on self-nourishment
Yeah.
and particularly letting go of the self-starvation, punishment, and sabotage. Because I think recently I've also realized that I feel hungry all the time, but I also think that it's not physical.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's blocking me. And I would say my lower my entire head, right? Like on the left side, it hurts a lot.
Left
And I
side,
cannot
okay.
really look at a computer screens for very long. So I feel that there's some aversion. I think it might be related to this theme as well.
Okay.
Then the lower back of my head, also especially on the left side, it will get very sore and sometimes it hurts as well. So then I quickly just do not look at any digital devices. So I feel there's some sort of resistance there that I want to let go of, and also let go gently and move forward more strongly.
Yeah, okay. So when we tune into your the pain on the head, the resistance and everything, I'm feeling stress actually on your left side of your neck as well as your left lower back. Okay, so there's a 3-point connection between the top of your head, the back of your neck, as well as your lower back. So I'm strengthening the connection between these 3 points to be strong to connect as well as to disconnect from these 3 points. Strengthening you to flowing and letting go. And the pain on the lower back is there. Fear is coming up. And it's actually 2 ancestors on your mom's side, okay, whatever that is. Do we need to look at it? Yes. And it's about relationship with men. So I'm strengthening whoever these 2 ancestors are on your mom's side. I'm strengthening them to be strong to whatever emotions and experiences they have had. I'm also strengthening them to, whether their stories were heard and understood by people or not, it shouldn't energetically weaken you right now in any way. And I'm deleting any stress and pain also that they carry from the past, and that was passed down to you, especially in utero. So I'm deleting all the pain that's passed down in utero in all the women in your line, and it's coming from your great-grandmother to your grandmother, and then your grandmother carrying it, with deleting all of that down to -0 infernally quantum particle level. So the sense of not being cheered on, the sense of not being praised, the sense of not being allowed to be truly who they are is actually what's showing up. So I'm strengthening you to that. I'm strengthening you to connect and disconnect strongly from that. Fear still comes up. There's some remnant fears, and the remnant fears is dwelling inside your central nervous system. So I'm strengthening you to that, deleting all the pain that is trapped in your upper torso upwards. And I'm deleting all the circulation that doesn't support your highest good and strengthening for coolness, temperature, and circulation that's for your highest good. Strengthening also your heart chakra, deleting any pain that's related to carrying the burden of not being cheered for. Okay, I'm also strengthening you on a spiritual level, kindness and unkindness towards the self that's coming again from passed on beliefs that is not even coming from you directly. I'm strengthening you to be strong to that. I'm strengthening you also to be strong to connecting in with, all the information that's coming from the past that did not come from you. So strengthening you to your home. And I'm deleting any disturbance, deleting all the frequencies that is left kind of hanging in the air from previous owners, whatever that may mean. Strengthening you to connect strong as well as to disconnect strong from them. And there's tension along the back of your spine when we talk about those disturbing frequencies in your home. So I'm strengthening you to be strong to changes. I'm strengthening you to be strong to discontinuing the frequencies, whatever that may mean for you. Okay, the stress on the left lower back is still there. So I'm going to look at that. I'm strengthening you to connect and disconnect from your work environment and that you're strong wherever you are. And I'm strengthening you to be strong at all hours of the time and all hours of the day and wherever you are, whether you're at home, whether you're in the office, in the work environment, whichever your work environment is, that you're strong and you're okay wherever you are. I'm strengthening you to the quality of the water. When I talk about the quality of the water, immediately your lower back pain comes back again.
Oh my God, I'm gonna laugh at this because right, you were very accurate. Like I wanted to talk to you about the day, hours of the day and time. Like I'm very tired the whole day. And also
Yeah.
water. Like I've just been thinking, okay, I need good water.
Yeah, it's really weakening you. Like your lower back is immediately painful when we talk about the quality of the water. So I'm strengthening you to be strong, whatever the quality of water that you may be drinking right now, that you're strong to it. And I'm so strengthening you to be strong to finding the right choices of water that support you. I'm strengthening your openness as well as your, in that sense, like even if you don't get to the immediate, I'm sensing like you should get like glass water bottles. The glass water bottle would really change the frequency of the water for you. And in between that, to be strong to any kind of mineral, distilled, or drinking water. So I'm strengthening your hip structure. So the entire lower back, the bones around there are aching as a result of whatever it is that you mentioned about sitting down, hours of the day, not being strong, and then the water is all impacted onto the bones around your hip. So I'm strengthening your structure. I'm strengthening you for stability. I'm strengthening you for being strong to changes in your life. I'm strengthening you to changing your foundation, changing your core, changing your seats. So one of the things that you may want to do is think about the facing of your seats. Okay, you may want to arrange your chairs. You may want to arrange your like instead of sitting at the same place all the time, you can move around, you can shift around. That would actually strengthen you to, like once you feel stagnant in one area, get up and then change a seat. Okay, if that makes sense. Whatever you can do about it. Or even if you can't, get up, go get another cup of tea, another glass of water, go to the bathroom, and then come back again. So shift the energy around for yourself in that way. That would support you.
Yes, I did that today. So I went out of the home to do my work and then come back and I walk around.
Yeah, that would really support you a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yongkit is sharing that he used
Oh, yes.
water from Balanced Living, jugs and water bottles, separate filters. This will help. Yeah, so any of those, like Flaska or those with like Flower of Life or Crystal, those would really support you a lot too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would, yeah. When we speak again, I will also give you some, like if you haven't found any, I can give you some resources to where you may be able to find them.
I'm considering Stera because it can just be something that I put in my home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to read up more.
Yeah, feels okay, feels strong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. Yeah, okay, feels good already. So I'm going to move on to the next request. Okay, next request. You like to work on your relationship with your parents. That's the constant theme for you. I'm strengthening you to be strong to the theme. I'm strengthening you to also disconnect from the theme. Maybe instead of focusing on your parents right now, as we're working on our relationship with someone, right? It's also important to check back on, okay, it's also more importantly about the relationship with myself, right? The relationship with your parents is actually the mirror for you to actually continue to work on yourself. So I'm strengthening you to that right now. Okay, as I'm talking about that, some of Jai's pain on the lower back is still coming back. So I'm strengthening everyone on this call. If you are having lower back pain that's related to this issue, I'm strengthening all of you to that. I'm deleting all the lower back pain. I'm strengthening you to changes. I'm strengthening you to foundational changes, strengthening all of you to be strong to working on yourself and working on, if it's the mirror is your parents, if the mirror is your spouse, that you're all strong to that, first of all. But most importantly, you need to recognize that what is showing up is your relationship to yourself. So I'm just strengthening Yongkit to relationship with yourself. There is some pain some ache on your lower left ankle, deleting the lower left ankle ache, strengthening you also on flexibility, on taking action. Yeah, so there's some pain around flexibility and taking action, and I'm strengthening you for that. Deleting all the blame and unspoken fear about not taking action, deleting any projection of all kinds, whether it's from you to your parents, parents back and forth to you, your father, and any of the unspoken about whether it's okay, not okay to take action, whether you're slow, you're fast, you're not doing it. All the unspoken ones are actually weakening you a lot more. So strengthening you to that. Deleting any unspoken fatigue around the subject of taking action. So let's go back to, relationship with yourself. There's some sadness that you're suppressing, right? Strengthening you to that, strengthening you to be strong to letting go. There are some very, very ancient hurt that's time to let go of. I'm deleting it from the bone structure. I'm deleting it from the memories. And I'm strengthening you to feeling of not feeling feeling support and the feeling of no support. Okay, either way, it shouldn't energetically weaken you, strengthening you to be strong, to being okay with that. Support, great. No support, okay. Right, I'm going to move on with myself. So you have made a promise to yourself in some way in this lifetime. You made a promise to yourself with regards to work, money, and that you want to achieve certain things. But yet at the same time, that promise is there, but you're also not feeling the go ahead, right? You're not feeling a go ahead to go ahead with it. So I'm deleting any inertia there. I'm strengthening for igniting of the button. And when I talk about button, what I'm being shown is that it's actually your back heart chakra area, right? And it's also along the shoulder blades. And I'm strengthening the opening up of your energetic system and the on button that's at the back of your upper back, behind the heart chakra, the back of the heart chakra. I'm strengthening you to activating that. I'm strengthening you to being strong to whatever may look different from how you think it to be. I'm strengthening you to deleting all ideas about what it may look like to fulfill your promise to yourself. I'm also strengthening you to strong to acting on the eventual goal. So I'm strengthening everybody on this call to be strong to connecting with your true goal. So if you were to start honing in, right, you zoom in onto, I want to do this, this, and that, right? Ultimately, which is the most important bit of it right now? Okay, let's not talk about the whole scheme of things. Let's talk about right now, among everything that I want to fulfill, I want to do, what is the most important thing? And to be strong to that most important thing. And then once you check in and you feel a yes from your body, right, then focus on that particular goal and say, what can I do right now that will immediately change something with regards to this particular goal? Okay, it doesn't have to be an immediate, right? It doesn't have to be an immediate fulfillment. It has to be an immediate step that you can take towards the fulfillment of that goal. And let go of all the other parts of that promise to yourself. Think about what among everything, because your promise to yourself entails certain things. Maybe it's about I want to fulfill my parents, like my own duty to my parents. Maybe it's like, oh, but I also want to be happy. Okay. Oh, but I want to achieve this certain financial outcome. Oh, but I also want to, go do that traveling thing. Oh, but I also want to live this lifestyle in this certain way. Right? All of these things. Check in with yourself, which is the most important, and then look at that most important right now. Then let go of all the other parts and tune into, be strong to that one goal and say, okay, what would make me feel better to do right now about this one goal? And then just do it. And again, it's not about big steps. I'm talking about really small steps. Maybe your guidance would say, oh, go out and take a walk, right? And then the guidance may say, no, drink some water right now. Maybe the guidance is say, okay, go lie down, sleep for 15 minutes first and wake up. Then that's what you do. So be obedient to those small steps as you're thinking about that one goal. Then everything will start to roll and everything will start to, gain momentum for yourself. I'm strengthening you also to deleting all thoughts, deleting all things that's bothering you that will jump up at you here and there as you are going through your day. And those thoughts that's bothering you, those are actually inconsequential to this particular goal that you're trying to achieve. Let it go. Okay. Do not spend more than 2 minutes, 3 minutes on that thing. Let it go. Just let yourself be empty and say, what's the next thing I need to do? And if you find yourself very tired often, go drink some water, go lie down. 5, 10, 15 minutes, get up again and say, okay, what now? What next? Okay, kickstart your energy. I'm strengthening you also to forward momentum, strengthening you to movement, strengthening you to taking exercise. So something that may be very supportive for you right now is to go exercise, okay? Go take a 10-minute walk, go take a 15 minutes run, something, okay? Anything that will help you to gain forward energy, forward momentum, and to actually feel that sense of the energy moving through your body. That will support you a lot. And again, financial worries and burden come up. And again, it's affecting the lower bone structures. I'm deleting all the stress and pain on the lower bone structure, all around the hip, around the lower back. As you're moving through the day, as you're going about your exercises, forget about the worries. Just allow the energy to carry you forward. Okay, that will support you a lot more. I'm deleting any stress and congestion that's in the body that's related to all of these things that we're talking about. I am strengthening for all the airflow, all the energy circulation, digestion, letting go of all the waste materials in the body, deleting it from the ethers, deleting it from outside and inside of your body. Okay, that feels better now. So you're stronger to staying at home than going out, and that weakens you, that weakens your heart chakra when you think about going out. So I'm deleting all the stress related to going out. So whatever triggers, whatever known and unknown sources of stress for you when you go outside, I'm strengthening you to all of that. So whether you have them or not, it shouldn't energetically trigger you. It shouldn't energetically weaken you in any way. Okay, feels better now. Okay, strong to going out, strong to staying at home, strong to all movement. Okay, feels better now. Strengthening you also to flexibility, strengthening you to ease in the lower back, strengthening everybody on this call, ease in your lower back. Okay, feels strong now. So I'm going to move on to the next request. You like to work on yourself, you've been feeling very, very tired and you just want to sleep. And you like to improve all areas of your life. No stability in all areas of your life. Okay. But that's a lot, right? Like everything. I'm just going to pick on stability for you, okay? Interestingly, you have typed in wealth as wealth. So there's some anger there, right? Hidden anger about your wealth. Deleting that, strengthening everybody in this group, deleting all your unforgiveness. Immediately when I say that, the left neck area is painful. All the hidden anger, all the unforgiveness, all the fatigue, all the hopelessness and helplessness with regards to financial situations, I'm strengthening everybody in this group right now to that. And I'm deleting all your stress and pain about not being able to speak up on it. I'm deleting all the emotions surrounding money issues for all of you. And I'm strengthening for being strong to finding your own pace. So strengthening everybody in this call, deleting the stress of listening to outside world, deleting the stress of listening to outside voice. I'm strengthening you to your own sacred creative energies. I'm strengthening you to your own rootedness. I'm also strengthening you to listening to your body. So there has been years and years of being oversensitized and then listening to all the outside world about, what you need to do and what you have to do, and that oversensitization and then therefore desensitization happens because Your body is telling you one thing, and then the world is telling you something else. And in the end, your heart doesn't know which to follow. Okay, so there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of confusion there. I'm deleting all the stress and confusion for you from over the years that's accumulated, and all the layers of guilt and shame, and all the layers of protecting yourself, and all the layers of covering yourself up with, whatever energy in terms of, whether it's fat cells, whether it's all the stress field that's around you. Even sometimes this stress field comes as a layer of, okay, I'm having a lot of fun, and in this fun, I can forget a lot of things. And that's weakening you, because ultimately it keeps you in that stressful environment. But it looks like fun as well, but it's actually just a protective mechanism that's surrounding you. So I'm deleting the need for the usual same kind of force field around yourself. I'm deleting the need for the same kind of stimulation. I'm strengthening you to different ways. I'm strengthening you to allowing yourself to slow down. I'm strengthening you to allow yourself to say that, okay, I can take time to rest first. And a lot of us, right, when we are oversensitive, like we are naturally empathic and we are very sensitive children, and we grow up to be sensitive adults. And then when we're unable to really take a rest and look after and tend to our emotions, right? Whether you feel sad, whether you feel ignored, whether you feel like, hey, I'm not sure if anybody cares, right? You are allowed that time and space to tune into your own emotions, and you're allowed that time and space to maybe mull over it for a while, okay? But you also need to, because when we allow ourselves to mull over these sensations, feelings, and thoughts, right? And if you really listen in and you say, okay, what can I do for you now? Sometimes you will hear the answer, and very often you will find that actually when you listen into it, there's nothing there. Why is there nothing there? Okay, there's nothing there because actually you have worked through these things a lot of times. And then in those moments where you find that you're still caught up in the same energetic field, right? It's a habitual energy that's arising for whatever reason. Okay. And then that habitual arising creates that sense. But then when you sit down and you say, I'm listening to you, what can I do for you? And you realize that there's nothing that you can do for it, that means it's just a habitual thing. So all you need to do is to become aware and then say, it's just a habitual thought creeping in. I'm letting go of that habitual thought right now. And then immediately when you let go of the habitual thought and you realize that you don't have to do anything about that particular thought, you feel a lot better. So I'm strengthening you to getting stronger and faster with these changes. I'm strengthening your cells to change and regenerate very quickly. I'm deleting the memories of all of these emotions, techniques. In terms of your own system, it has learned to cope, right? In that way, I'm deleting all the pain for you. And as we're talking about that, there's a lot of pain on your back that's shifting and all of that, strengthening you to letting go of all of that right now. So all the fatigue is accumulated because over time, that is just the habitual response in your central nervous system. So I'm deleting all the stress in your central nervous system, in your peripheral nervous system, and I'm strengthening you to immediate changes right now. I'm strengthening you to be strong. Whether you're feeling like I just want to lie down, I don't want to do anything, I just want to be like a piece of rock on the floor right now. Sure, maybe that's what your body needs right now. You need to slow down, you need to rest, and you need nature. So go out to nature, go lie down like a rock on the grass. That's what you need, okay? 20 minutes or something, go lie down somewhere. Botanic gardens, somewhere. Find a piece of land that feels nourishing for you. Go lie down on the grass for 20 minutes. Just like a baby, just lie down there, don't do anything. And if you can allow yourself that time every day to get in touch with nature, to be on the ground, that will really support you a lot. Okay, so you can go into nature and do that. Starting from today will be great, like in the evening, when it's less warm, just go out there, go lie down. And even as we're talking about that, I'm feeling some stagnant energy coming up at the back of the neck and the front. Okay, I'm deleting all the pain, deleting all the repression, deleting all the stress. I'm deleting all the remnant energies from past where you've already done this. Okay, so I know sometimes when we work on ourselves that we come into moments where we feel like, I'm so tired. Right? I've done this so many times, it doesn't work. Now I have to go and do it again. It's so tiring. So these are all like symptoms of burnout from trying to think about what is the best way of taking care of yourself. So I'm deleting that. I'm strengthening you to whether you are burnout or not, whether you have, all the different thoughts that's related to taking good care of yourself and then taking all the action and feeling like it still creeps back. I'm strengthening all of us to that. I'm deleting. So what you need to actually come to realize that if it's coming back, then it's because you have a loop that's happening. And the loop could also be that because every time after you heal, you go and have fun in the same way, and then you get tired again in the same way because you're not nourishing the true part, which is your soul, right? You can be out having fun, but when your soul does not feel nourished, you will come back to feeling the same way again. And then you realize that I have to go back and do, all this grounding, nature, and all that. And then after I'm going to get tired. And you begin to feel a sense of futility. That's because your soul is telling you, okay, that's not all, right? You have to do something else. Strengthening you to whether this information makes sense or not to you. I'm strengthening you to allowing for guidance to come through to you. I'm strengthening you to curiosity, and I'm strengthening you to newness. I'm strengthening you to whether you have to repeat the same activities, healing tools, techniques, and etc. And also actually not needing to do any of this. And then I'm also strengthening you to, okay, maybe, there may be new things that I'll discover about, what will nourish me better. Maybe it's not self-work anymore. Maybe it's just something else. I don't know, right? And I'm strengthening you to all the I don't know. And I'm strengthening you to however the information may come to you, that your system will recognize it immediately. But because your body is so tired, okay, there is pain around the rib that's just holding up like around the breast area. There's a lot of stress, a lot of ache there. I'm deleting all the stress and ache there. So I'm strengthening your entire system. I'm strengthening for space, and I'm deleting all the stagnant energies at the back. So for you, the stagnant energies are all on the back, and it's like weighing you down. Strengthening you to that, deleting, staying in positions for long hours, and then feeling stress, even when you're having fun. So feeling stress even when you're having fun actually gives you a lot of stress. So strengthening you to really, when you're really having fun, just go have fun, right? Don't think about it. And then when you come back, don't mull over your pain and your stress, right? Just allow your body to rest and say, I don't need to think anymore about this particular thing in my life. So what you need to do is really go easy on thinking, let go of thinking too much. When you let go of thinking too much, it will support you a lot. So I'm strengthening you to using your mind and using your, in that sense, brain energy to just fulfill you in, your work, as well as how can I nourish my soul better right now? How can I take better care of my physical body right now? So that's the only 3 things you need to focus on. I'm deleting the stress around the back of your right side of your body. I'm strengthening you to be strong to just taking care of 1, 2, 3 things. Okay. You think about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go of all of those. Don't think about what about, but then, in 2 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time. Don't think about all that. Think about right now. Be present, strengthening you to all timelines, strengthening you to being present. Then that would support you a lot better. Okay, so I hope you feel slightly better with regards to your stability. It feels lighter now for you. So I'm going to move on to the next request. Yeah. Feeling dizzy, past 4 weeks, heart palpitation, fast heartbeat, unexpected. Once this week, last week, and then accidentally brushed against the base of your left front neck. Left front neck. Brush. Okay, how does that work? So as long as there's some fear there, for whatever reason about the base left front neck, it doesn't feel very serious. It just feels like there's a lot of fear, some remnant fear there. I'm deleting the remnant fear. I'm deleting any blockages in your throat chakra, and I'm deleting any frustration that's related to inability to speak up for yourself, whatever that may mean for you. Okay, I'm strengthening you for all the history and all the experiences, past experiences is related to not being able to speak up for yourself across time, space, and dimensions. So let's look at the left front neck. I don't know why that feels important to look at. Where's the base of left front neck? Neck, base, collarbone? I'm not sure.
Collarbone, yeah. So here, because it was not intentional, I was just doing something else, and then then after that, then I felt not good.
Okay.
It was just unexpected to have like birds or pigeons, very fast heartbeat.
Okay. Strengthening you to that, deleting any fear, flutterings, any fear about people, about situations known and unknown, strengthening you to all the unknowns, strengthening your rib cage as well. You also have some pain, slightly lower than what was for Sapna before. Yours is like lower, deleting all the stress and pain on that lower part of your rib cages. And I'm strengthening you to be strong to whatever sensation that you may or may not be familiar with. And I'm also strengthening you to being strong to allowing for guidance to come through. So it almost feels like there are a lot of messages, like synchronicity and messages that's coming to you, but maybe you're not paying attention to it. And then therefore, it's almost like that fluttering. It feels like a, hey, attention, attention, attention. Okay, so next time you feel that fluttering, of any kind, it may be on your collarbone, it may be outside of you, around you, right? When you feel fluttering, just pay attention and look around and see, okay, what's the message for me? What's the guidance for me? Okay, what is it that I'm being guided to look at, to be aware of, or to be inspired by? So sometimes you may see billboards, sometimes you may see a scene and it gives you some feeling, sensation, or whatever it is. Just pay attention to those. You are beginning to have your angel around you is trying to give you some guidance. Okay. Yeah. So watch out. Watch out for the guidance. That's what that fluttering is about. Okay. Yeah. So nothing to worry about. Just tune in and listen in. Okay. What's the guidance for me here? What do I need to know? Okay. Feels positive. Oh, dizziness. Yeah. Same thing because you're not listening. Okay, so not listening, not being present in that moment. So be more present. Whenever you feel that dizziness, be present and breathe in and then connect to the ground. So same thing, right? Sometimes it's important to let go of thinking. But sometimes we're not even thinking, but our head is lost somewhere. We are not present in our body. So for your case, the dizziness comes when you're not present in your body. You're also not present in your thoughts, and then you get dizzy. So pull your awareness and your energy back into your root chakra in those moments. And then just breathe a few times, regulate it, and just remind yourself, oh, where was I just now? Where was I, right? Then come back into the body, be present right here, right now. That's what you need to do. Be present right here, right now. That's what the dizziness is about. Okay. Thank you. Let me see, here's the next one. Okay, you like to Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sunny daytime energy clearing. Yeah, it feels different, right? In some ways. Strengthen your money flow, financial balance, and planning for both long-term and short-term. Actually pretty strong. Feels pretty strong, at least between 8 to 10, you know. Like when you think about it too much, it becomes 8, 7 even. When you think a bit more, it becomes 6. So thinking about it weakens you. Acting on it will support you. So I'm strengthening you to that. I'm strengthening you to be strong to thinking of it and acting on it. Thinking on it and not acting on it shouldn't weaken you, right? Strengthening you to be strong to, whenever you're looking at it, that you're strong to saying, okay, what next? How do I do that? And then when you are thinking of it and not acting on it and it's weakening you, what you need to do is tune in and say, oh, okay, I'm aware of where I am right now. And I'm also aware of where I'm going next. The moments where you feel that you're not aware of where you're going next is what weakens you. I'm strengthening you to your future version of yourself. I'm strengthening you to seeing a different version of yourself. I'm strengthening you to seeing a different version of yourself, whether it's in terms of appearance, energy, clothes, land, environment around you, that you're strong to that. Because when we talk about like your goals, right? What is not feeling strong enough is that future vision of yourself. So if you could be stronger to that future vision of yourself, it should actually energize you instead of, you know, feeling like, again, common theme for this group here, feeling unsupported by people around you, feeling not blessed by parents for whatever reason. Okay, it's like you know that you're blessed, but yet at the same time you don't feel blessed. So I'm strengthening all of us here to those feelings. And whether you have those feelings or not, you should still be strong to the future version and vision of yourself. And I'm deleting any pain that's related to, okay, maybe you don't feel like that's enough willpower. Maybe you feel like I'm not confident if I'm going to be able to pull through if I don't have the blessings from and support from friends and parents. So I'm strengthening everybody's solar plexus. I'm strengthening everybody to be strong to whatever sensation feeling. Vitamins and minerals, balance of energetic composition in all matter for your solar plexus. Okay, so what's also coming up for the group is not strong to receiving financial support because of spirituality. Like we all thought that we've worked through this a lot, right? Still coming up. Let's see if there's any new information coming up with regards to that. There's fear of judgment about the future, like people may judge you. Judgment is coming from the future. And it's almost there's like a fear of, you know, when I go for this, when I go for my financial well-being, and when I go for my financial gains, and when I go for my financial prosperity, abundance, whatever terms, first of all, strengthening everybody in this group to all of the terms. And then when you extrapolate into the future and you almost feel like if I go after that, and it's not even about achieving it, but if I go after that, I will be judged in the future by the divine. So I'm strengthening everybody in this group, whether it's real or not, they were strong to that. And whether it's like a big matter or not in terms of spirituality and big question marks around that we're strong to it. I'm so strengthening all of us to be strong to what if the opposite is true, that, you know, you can still be very successful and you can still be very spiritual and you can still be very connected. Can you be strong to that version and vision of yourself? Yeah, so I'm strengthening you to that new vision of yourself. I'm strengthening you to that new beginning. And I'm strengthening you to every beginning, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I've been working on it. It still feels like the beginning. Today is a beginning. Tomorrow is a beginning. The next day is still a beginning. When will I ever reach that state of, okay, I'm done? Right? So that beginning is still there. So I'm strengthening you to all the infinite beginnings. And I'm also strengthening you to, we don't know the outcome and it's okay. And then there's also a sense of, but what if the outcome is not what I want? It's opposite of what I'm trying to manifest. So actually you're stronger to that sense than to what if my actual wanting manifest. So I'm deleting that imbalance between the two, and I'm strengthening you to be strong as much to the actual vision that you want, rather than the actual vision that you already feel that that's done. I'm deleting all the fragments energy. I'm deleting all the molecular energy. I'm deleting all the vision of that was done and what I fear I don't want to be. I'm deleting that vision. And I'm strengthening you to newer visions, newer version of yourself. And I'm strengthening you to be strong to what you truly, truly want. I'm strengthening you to be okay to talking about it. And I'm strengthening you to okay not talking about it with anyone. I'm also strengthening you to being strong to composing yourself, like pulling yourself back and composing yourself and saying, okay, I am going towards that. I don't know what's done in my before mind, but now I'm going towards this. And I'm going to focus my energy towards this. Okay. And I'm strengthening you to bring back what works for you in the past. Okay, be it in terms of thinking, habit, beliefs, or like versions of yourself that you want to plug from the past into your future. You take the parts of you that you want, and then you recreate some other parts of you that you want to kind of like, okay, improve version. Just use that as your base, and then that feels stronger in terms of, oh, okay, I can take back some of what I used to be, and then but I'm going to improve those parts that I feel can be improved for myself, not for anyone else, but for myself. So I'm strengthening everybody in this group to be strong to deciding that I can have the power to decide what I want to do with my energy, my resources, and the money that comes to me. When extrapolating into the future, there's almost that sense of you can't feel yet that when you have the money, right, then when you have the power to decide, what am I going to do with it? Yeah, that part does not feel like it's there yet. So I'm strengthening you to that. And I'm strengthening that to bring the energy in front to the back. So the energy at the back is as balanced as the energy that's in front of you. So I'm strengthening everybody in this group that the energy at your back is as strong as the energy that's in front of you. The energy that's on your left is as strong as the energy that's on your right. And I'm strengthening the energy on the top is as strong as the energy that's below you. I'm strengthening you to be strong to all round energies so that you are able to really focus on just allowing yourself to be the container and to decide and then to act and to have and to be that version of yourself that you want in the future. That you're feeling right now. You're feeling the energy right now. Yeah. So whatever action that you are doing with your hands right now, just remember this action. It would actually support you. Okay. That when you think about the future version of yourself, This action reminds you of the future version of yourself. So whatever you're doing with your hands right now, remember this energy. And if you're not doing anything with your hands, just do something with your hands right now. And every time you're doing this, you will remember the energy of the future version of yourself. Okay, remember this action. Remember this action that you're doing with your hands. Anchor that into your body. And as we're doing that, I just want to delete all sources of stress from known and unknown, and all sources of stress from the future. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong for that. Because there will always be stresses, right? But we don't need to be energetically imbalanced because of the stress. I'm strengthening everybody to connect with your core and with your inner power. And I'm strengthening all of you to be strong to your core and your inner power in moments of feeling judged or in moments of expecting projections of judgment. And from all time, space, dimension, whether it's coming from the future because it's coming from a projection from the past, that will only happen in the future, but you're still strong to it. Okay, jumble of words there, but doesn't matter. Your system knows, okay? I'm strengthening everybody's inner core as well as your middle back on the right side to be strong. And I'm strengthening again the back and the left side and the right side of your back to be as strong. And your left and right side of the back should be strong to your throat whenever you are voicing your truth, sharing about yourself, sharing about who you are, sharing about the things that you like, don't like, that you want to do, or you don't want to do, that you're equally strong to all of that. I'm strengthening the right ankle, and I'm strengthening everybody to asking for the amount of money that you want, the amount of money that you want for yourself, the amount of money that you want for your parents, the amount of money that you want for your work, the amount of money that you want as exchange, the amount of money that you want to receive out of surprise, and any other amounts, strengthening all of us to all of these amounts. I'm strengthening all the exit portals. We're letting go of all the energies that doesn't support our highest good anymore. We're letting go of all the beliefs that doesn't support our highest good anymore. And I'm strengthening for anchoring of new beliefs, new beginnings, new tones. New sensations, new inspiration, deleting new judgments, whatever that may mean. Yeah, strong to anything new that's coming up. Okay, so that shouldn't stop us from pursuing all the things that we want to achieve. So I'm strengthening also for suppleness, for stamina, and for speed when it comes to doing the things that we want to do. I'm strengthening everybody's energy, strong to all occasions, all people, all environment. And I'm strengthening all of us to be strong to being confident and appropriate in all situations, all interactions, all environments, all circles, all times of the day. Okay. Feels better right now. I don't know about you, but I feel better right now. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So next week, I should hope to still be doing this. And then before we end off, if you have some time, I'm going to share a little bit about essential oils with you um, to see, it could be something that's interesting for you. Let me just open up my slides. And then let me share. Okay. 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 I'm not sure if you can see, but I thought that I'll just do this sharing because, yeah, it's been interesting. Essential oils actually have so much to do with emotions. It's got so much to do with supporting us when we are going through our inner work all the time. It's been actually an essential part of my own journey the past 10 years or more, actually 13 years. So I thought I'll share a little bit. So this little quote here, the body sheds the tears the eyes refuse to see. So for many of us, we actually feel it all the time, all the pain in our body. It's because, our body is actually contracting and is absorbing all the things that we were not allowing ourselves to deal with, right? So why not let the nose guide us back on the path of well-being? And aromatherapy has got a lot of physiological and psychological benefits because it actually influences our neurotransmitter level. It lowers our heart rate and it also helps our blood pressure. It evokes memories, emotions, and association that will actually help us to feel much better, right? I mean, think about your favorite scent. Think about the flowers that you smell all the time. Think about coffee in the morning, right? All these smells actually support us to feel so much better in different ways. Okay, I want to share a little bit about the brand of oils that I use. I actually use doTERRA. I'm actually sitting right here in the office in doTERRA right now. I just met a group of friends, mummies, and we were talking about oils before I jump on my call. Yeah, so I really love this brand because every batch has been tested for the past 15 years. It's 100% pure. That means there's actually no contaminants, there's no pesticide, no artificial fillers of any kind in it. And it's also very natural, it's safe, and it's very potent. So if you can see this little circle around here, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor. So there are actually different grades of oils. There's synthetic, right? You see it in perfume, you see it in your air fresheners, and then there's food grade. But all these actually doesn't give you any therapeutic benefit. Only when it's 100% pure, you actually find therapeutic benefit. But doTERRA has actually gone one step further. They have what is called CPTG, Certified Pure Tested Grade. That means it's actually consistent in performance because of the health benefit and because every batch of oil is tested, right? They actually look at what are the constituents and how are the ways that we distill it and what needs to be in there, how many percentage of the different components are in there so that it can be effective. So I really love it because it's very, very supportive. And for me, right, smell is a huge thing. When I actually first smelled doTERRA's essential oil, it was like I had a huge smile on my face. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like this is the best peppermint I've ever smelled. This is like the best lavender I've ever smelled. Like I've never seen peppermint so sweet, and I've never smelled lavender that's so crisp, and it makes me feel like I'm walking in that field, and it's so fresh, right? Because I find that a lot of times when I walk around the stores, sometimes the smell, even the last batch of very pure oils I used from a different brand, I really thought that it was very pure. But when I smelled doTERRA's oils, it gave me such a different sensation. And I know that it really helps with the moods as well. And in fact, if you look at this little square over here, it's actually taken from looking under the microscope, the red blood cells before and after one drop of oil in 30 seconds. Can you see how the blood cells actually plump up? So what's happening where I'm using this brand's essential oil is that I'm not only feeling that scent, I'm also actually feeling the biological benefits that come with with actually, being in touch with these oils, because it immediately acts on a cellular level. And when our body feels better on a cellular level, we're feeling better, naturally our mood and our energy is lifted. Okay, I'm sharing about some of the oils, very usual oils that you see, right? Even these very usual oils, actually, they have what is called emotions, the emotional meaning behind the oils. Okay, so lavender, I know a lot of you will know, okay, lavender is for sleeping, it's for calming, it's even for cuts and burns. But when you look at the meaning behind lavender, it's actually the oil of communication and calm. Okay, so maybe this will help you when you actually, work with oils. So when you're actually using lavender, it will help you to communicate better. You'll find the courage to share your true self. You feel safer and you're more in touch. Like imagine just sniffing a drop of lavender, right? And just getting into space, tuning in with yourself and asking yourself, what am I feeling? What am I truly feeling, right? Can I slow down and listen to what I have that is going on, whether it's inside of myself, coming from my pain, or for some of you, right? What's the angels trying to tell you and to look at? And in times where we're feeling overwhelmed with our pain, right? And a lot of times it's because we feel very rejected in the past because of whatever experiences we may have, especially as a child. Okay, using these oils will also support you to actually work past some of these traumas and look at all the parts where you feel unloved, that you're not important, right? Be honest with yourself when you're using this oil, and then look at how can I soothe myself now. And a lot of times we find that we're looking for soothing from external source, and we know that it's very hard, right? It's not, it may not, people may not be ready to communicate with you. So it's very important to actually self-soothe. But more importantly, we need to recognize what's truly going on inside me. And then can I support myself to actually overcome and to say, I don't want to rely on other people. I just need to focus on myself. Okay. Yeah. So that's lavender. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next oil. If you have any questions, you can ask me later, or type into the chat. So lemon is the oil of focus. So when you actually like smell lemon oil, you can diffuse it or you can like put it on yourself, right? It actually helps you to overcome mental fatigue. So some of you who actually feel very tired all the time, you can also diffuse lavender, peppermint, as well as some lemon that will help you to feel more uplifted. Okay, it helps you to clear your self-judgment. It helps you with confidence, as we know, right? Yellow is always solar plexus energy. So that helps. Peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart. Okay, so when you're feeling really overwhelmed on certain days, you're feeling very tired, but you know that, okay, I need to finish that assignment. I need to really finish looking at that article. I'm very tired. Just apply some peppermint, smell the peppermint. If you don't like the pure, like just one smell, you can also add in other oils. And then you can actually support you to really have some energy to look at what you need to look at. Okay, so whenever you need lifting throughout the day, and then whenever you are working, let's say you're working through your very painful traumas and wounds, right? And you're feeling very tired, right? And you need a break, just a short break in between your, your healing. Just smell some peppermint. It will actually help you take a break and then come back again, okay? Tea tree, energetic boundaries, right? So when we began this call, a lot of us in this group, we're all empath, okay? So energetic boundaries is a huge thing. And sometimes I find that, even though we kind of like collectively like tea tree, some of us who are not good with energetic boundaries, when we actually smell it, we kind of like, I don't really want to use it. Okay, so I don't know if you have this kind of feeling or thoughts, but maybe when you're free, do look me up. We can smell some oils together and, work through your feelings and see what evokes for you, what runs through. It may help you to understand yourself a little bit more. Okay, so when you actually use tea tree, it will really support you to tune into yourself, not to ignore yourself, so that you can actually establish the boundaries between you and other people, and also to take time for yourself. So empaths are also very good which is not very good for ourselves, but we're very good at, oh, what's happening with other people? Are they feeling comfortable? Are they feeling safe? Are they happy? Are they feeling included? Let me reach out to them. So your energy goes up to them. But then when you do that, you're not taking time to tend to your own energies. Okay, so that's very important. Rather than tending to other people's energy all the time, tune into yourself. And tea tree oil actually helps you to do that. It reminds you, come back to yourself. Yeah, okay. So my own sense of it is sometimes like, oh, because I don't really, sometimes I love the smell a lot. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm a little bit resistant. But then because I'm paying attention to the smell, it reminds me to come back to myself. Okay. Now, I don't know what it evokes for you, but that's what it evokes for me. So let's see if we can, maybe support you to experience that. Okay. And then oregano. Oregano is actually the oil of humility and non-attachment. Okay. It's a very spicy oil, by the way. If you want to use this, you actually need to dilute it. But if you are putting it in a roller blend with fractionated coconut oil, I don't usually normally diffuse this oil because it's very thick as well. But maybe sometimes if you can put in the blend and you put on yourself, especially, I like it when it says that you need to cut through the fluff and you need to end a toxic relationship or oppressive job or destructive habit, right? You put it in a roller blend, mix it with some other oils, and it will actually support you to, again, I feel that it teaches me to come back to myself. And the sharpness of it somehow reminds me to, okay, come back to myself, focus on myself, okay? And then there's frankincense, is actually called the oil of truth. Frankincense, as we know, Jesus received it, right, when he was born. Frankincense, myrrh, and gold is actually a very good oil to use on all levels because of the chemistry for all kinds of situations, circumstances. But even when we're doing meditation, or even if you're not doing meditation, if you drop oil, one drop on top of your head, if you smell it, or if you drop it under your tongue or on the roof of your mouth palate, it actually supports you to feel kind of open into, okay, I am in that light. I'm in that centeredness. Okay, it connects you with your light. And so for those of you also who also sometimes feel like you feel a bit estranged from your father, okay, or if you feel a bit like you can't face your own masculine energies, then frankincense is a very good one to actually use to support you, whether you're smelling it or you're applying it, it will actually support you, okay? And then we have a blend called Breathe. It's actually the oil of breath, right? So it actually helps you to process any grief and pain. It helps you to really breathe better. It helps you to just take in more. Okay, a lot of times, a lot of us are actually not aware that we're doing shallow breathing, or sometimes we're not even breathing, like we're holding in our breath because we are watching situations and we are like just anxious without knowing that we are. So when we use this blend, whether you're breathing it just using your hands or you're diffusing it or putting in a blend, again, it helps you to open up all the airways. It helps you to really connect in with the passage inside you. Okay, it supports you to open up more fully. Then there's also Digescent. Digescent is another blend. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Actually, it's for digestion, right? Very good for the solar plexus. If you always feel blocked in your solar plexus, please look at this one. And if you always feel unsafe, other than the other blends, I also feel that digestion is very important to look at because it's the oil of assimilation. It helps you to digest things. It helps you to let go of things. Okay, so energetically, when our body can process better, our emotions, our energy can move better, our flow and our support for ourselves becomes better. Okay. Deep blue. Oh, digestion. So when you're feeling also undernourished, right? So sometimes it's also about when you let go of all the things that were bothering you in the past, when you let go of all those, then you can take in more of life right now. There's another blend called Deep Blue. Is the oil of surrendering pain, okay? And this one, I really love it because actually for me, right, when I work through very serious, like heavy energetic stuff for a long time, and if I haven't been resting and I suddenly feel like, oh, that's 1 or 2 days I need to really rest, sleep, and digest and process things. And if there's a lot of pain from the past, then this oil really helps me with that. Just take a drop, put it on your heart chakra, and then smell it, okay? Or put it around the temples if you're feeling like, you're really under the weather. It really helps you to just rest better, okay? Put on this oil and then rest, surrender, and let go of things that's really bothering you and you're in deep pain. So those of you who are lying on the grass in nature for 20 minutes, maybe this oil will also support you in that. Okay, and then there's On Guard. On Guard is actually protection. It's the oil of protection. It shields you from negative energies. It wards off parasites, domineering personalities, and negative influences. Governs against attacks. Also great for boundaries. And, just coming back to yourself over and over again. It's got a bunch of stuff like clove and orange and all of that. Really helps. Okay, and of course, actually, there are some other blends that's already made specifically for emotions. Okay, there's Forgive. For times where you refuse to forgive people, when you entered a toxic relationship but it's still bothering you, right? When you entered a job and it's still bothering you, when you have you've chased after a goal for a long time, it's not working out, and then you need to work on yourself, you can use this blend. Peace, okay, those of you who are feeling anxious all the time, you have a lot of things to do, but you can't get your energy up, this is very good for you. Console, okay, this is for people who, like, you feel hopeless already, okay, you feel super hopeless, nothing you have done can ever help you, okay, maybe this is your last resort, okay. And then there is Motivate. Okay, so for those of you who are looking for some energy in your project, right? You have a new goal, you have a new project. This oil may support you in that, okay? It supports you. When you smell it, when you apply it, it's kind of like an anchor. And just now remember all our hand movements, right? Whatever hand movements you were doing just now, that's one anchor. Oils, the smell can also be an anchor. And then there is Chia. Chia also, it helps you, it lifts you up, it actually brightens it up. It's got vanilla, so those of you who like the vanilla smell, you feel a bit more nourished, because I don't know, for me, vanilla, there's always this like powdery quality to it in some ways in terms of smell, and it makes me feel very nourished. And then there's Passion. Okay, Passion. Passion is for when you feel very disinterested. Okay, and you feel like, oh my gosh, I could use some inspiration right now. You want some spark of creativity, okay? This is the oil, this is the blend that will help you in it. As you can see, there's so many wonderful oils in it. There's sandalwood, there's jasmine, there's cardamom, there's cinnamon, ginger. So all of these oils, can you imagine, like that whole concoction of smell. Okay, so I'm probably not going to go into this, but you can get oils. And, of course, if you want this brand, you have to come through to me. I may not share too much with you right now, but I have all of these information. If you're interested, you can look for me. You can tell me if you want to experience, or you can also tell me that, hey, I would just want to come and smell oils. Okay, feel free to do that. We have a lot of free classes to learn about oils. And then you can also just come and smell oils. Maybe quite supportive for you, okay? Even if you're just starting to learn how to use it, you can always come. There's no obligation to get anything, just experience for yourself first. Okay, so that's it from me. Anyone have any questions, or you want to say anything before we go? Thank you. You're muted.
Yeah,
I can hear.
Thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see everyone probably next week. Yeah. Have a good rest of the day. Take good care. Go and rest, or go and do whatever you need to do. Go and sleep in the grass. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you,
You're
Scarlett.
welcome.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.